all good things come to an end, hopefully. Mr. Chakrapani asked me to reflect on these 2 days proceedings. And I will try and reflect on it from the workshop's point of view, the organizers, and from your point of view, both. I'll try that. But it is normally, whenever I talk to a group like this, I tell a story. So I'll start the thing with a story. There was a person who felt he had enough of this world and it will be good to go and do some tapasya and realize God. So he was going toward the Himalayas. Then his family said, you are going such a long way and that's all forest and hill and all that. You will not have enough to eat. So better carry some food. So he carried the long-lasting things, the parathas and whatever else, etc., teplas and this thing, a pack, so that he will not die of hunger before he meets God. So he was going. While he was going through a forest, he saw that there was a fox which was injured because its hind legs had been caught in a trap and it got cut. So it cannot move. It was lying under a tree. And those wounds have healed. That means it has been injured quite some time back. But it was looking healthy. It was not looking famished. So he was wondering, how is it? While he was wondering, he heard the roar of a tiger. So immediately he climbed a tree and looked. And one tiger came with a kill in its mouth and came and put it in front of the fox so that the fox could eat a little and the tiger could eat a little. He was watching and the tiger after them went away. Then he came down from the tree and one wisdom came to his mind. God is providing food to the fox which is injured through the tiger. I am going to do penance to see God, and why should I carry food in my back? Stupid. So he left the food and went, found a nice gufa, came, sat and started meditating on God. So 24 hours he was meditating on God and he felt hungry. And second day, sometimes God, sometimes food, because no tiger, nobody came. Third day, more of food, less of God. 4 days, he was almost going to faint. And fifth day, he was just going to collapse. Then he heard a voice. The voice said, you stupid man, if at all you have to imitate, why imitate the fox? Why not the tiger? I hope the message is there. Now, this workshop was intended to show or share not only the Aravind model. You had Dr. Jumeed come in and you had Premanand come in. You had CMC Veloor come in, government, non-government, corporate. If we want to bring about a change to the way we are working, because we feel internally that the way we are working is not adequate, we should do better. Those people showed these are the ways we have adapted. And in that, the workshop was to show that, hoping that you all would feel, at least some of you would feel, that with what we have, what we are doing is capable of being improved and increased with what we have. When I was in Sightsavers, when I came to Aravind, I saw at that time L.V. Prasad had just started, and I have been round. Most of the people I was telling, only the people I relate to are 20 years back people. I used to send some of my partner hospitals from different parts of the country to go and see Aravind. First they will say, what is there for us to go there and learn? I said, just make a trip, we are going to cover your cost and take care of and all. They'll come, see. And even in those days when Aravind was only a 2-floor building, doing possibly 25,000-30,000 surgeries here, was impressive. But they also had a way of doing things and all that. So they will come and tell me, Mr. Nagarajan, if we have all that they have, we will be able to do all that they do. So I had to find an answer for it. So I reflected and I found the answer. I used to tell them, if we do all that you do, you will have all that they have. Because they didn't start with the things they had when they came to see, because they started in an 11-bedded rented building. And there was no WHO funding or Site Savers funding, or there was no DBSS funding in those days at all. And they did it in a particular way and fended for themselves. Samuel Johnson, who wrote the lexicography, after they have become comfortable, funding of different types might have come to them, but certainly not when they need it. So this is what I used to say. So I think there is some reflection on the various examples, various methodologies we are seeing, despite what you said as limitations. That's why I concentrated on putting up the pictures of the people on whom ophthalmology came into this country, got built and got established. It was Dr. Danda who told me, because Dr. Danda, Siva Reddy, Dr. Venkateswamy, they all were students of your institute, madam. The Egmore. At that time it was called Erskine. That's called the what? It was science, but not the RIO or something. Some other name was there. Government School of Ophthalmic, Government Ophthalmic Hospital. And Dr. Danda told me, Nagarajan, you must go there. I said, why? Because you have studied there. He said, no. In the 19th century, they have set up ophthalmic pathology museum. Am I correct or not, madam? Where they have done the sections of various things, the equipment. It's a fantastic museum at that time. That's how, that was a government institute. So I would like you to think. Having said that, now I'm going to speak on your behalf. When I was in Sightsavers, we used to get our partner organization to come to Aravind and go through a particular, this is a 2-day workshop, that used to be a 5-6-day workshop, finding out what is there and what they can do. These were all NGO hospitals, Lions or other NGO hospitals. And we used to list out what is they can do. And as always, we felt that with what they have, they can do so much better. But given a few other things, they can do still more better. So there's been an action plan. This is what we are doing now. This is the improvement possible within the existing resources and limitations. This is the possibility of performance given these things. So I used to blend it. I was Sightsavers, I had money, I had the authority. So I used to go and sit with the partner and say, what is it you will do? And as a Philip, I'll start giving you this. It could be a training sponsorship, it could be an equipment, it could be a bridging equipment, it could be an additional room, whatever they wanted. I never prescribed because I don't know. But what they wanted is to give, so that having given what they wanted, I can demand or request a demand of them. You wanted this, I've given, so you must give. So my suggestion to the organizer of the workshop, SIPS, would be to suggest to the government to set up a machinery by which, one, what is it they can do as it is, what is it they can do better given a few things, which could be money, which could be material, which could even be authorization and policy changes. So if there could be a machinery to go around, talk to them in their environment. After all, in all fairness, one person from an organization has come. And that person is representing the viewpoint of the whole organization. If we sit with all the members or the important members of the organization, a better picture of what is possible within the current scenario and what would be needed for us to move forward will come a little better, including should not be transferred while you are about to set the whatever, this thing, etc. If you could set up such a follow-up machinery, sir, whatever enthusiasm they have can be made to increase, and whatever frustrations or apprehensions they have can be minimized, and the outcome of this workshop can become better. This is what I would say as the reflection. We will see your thing. And I should end my talk to you with another story. This story is about, some of you is going to Rameshwaram, you'll see there is seaside, and there will be sand dunes, and there will be pits. And one snail was going. And the snail heard a sound, please help me, please help me. So snail looked. Inside the pit was one frog. And the frog said, I have fallen into this pit, help me to come out. Get me a ladder. The snail said, why don't you jump? He said, no, I've tried jumping. The walls of the pit is too high, and every time I jump, I fall back. So please get me a ladder. So snail said, okay. It went to get a ladder. So snail went at its own speed, got a ladder, it was coming. When it's coming, it found one frog was out, and it recognized the same frog. So the snail asked the frog, how did you come out? He said, I jumped. But you said you cannot jump from the pit, it's too high. So the frog said, that's what I thought, till a snake came and hissed behind me. You all know my name is Nagarajan. I have tried to hiss. It's up to you now. Thank you very much.